Yeah, we are live. First of all, I'd like to say good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, and I'd like to welcome everybody back to the Stephen Cartwright Show. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And we have a lot to talk about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Got a lot to talk about. Uh Busy updating the platform, getting everything up, good to go. All right. Let me see if we can get the rest of this over here hooked up. Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. All right. And here we are. Yes. I hope everybody's having a beautiful Saturday. A beautiful Saturday. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to go into. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to go into. All right. Man, everything is clicking. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have been working on the platform. Been busy trying to I'm preparing the show for the long term. I'm been busy working, preparing the show to get ready for the long term. Uh just been out working every day, ladies and gentlemen, just giving y'all an update that and reassuring the Stephen Cartwright Show ain't going nowhere. The Stephen Cartwright Show is going to be here, and I have been busy. Like I say, I've been busy working on the show, preparing for the long term. Because if it's one thing that I believe in, is that the future of this show and the future of this nation, uh, the future of our relationships state in the United States, and the people that is in charge of it, and our children. You know, it's something that people have to really sit back and they have to do some soul searching and realize all of the things that I just named is essential to everything that we are all going to encounter in our lifetimes, and things that we all have to take seriously. There's going to be a lot of things that I talk about tonight that uh, is going to be very important to the future. Very, very important to the future. The future of the United States of America. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. The future of the United States of America. It is at stake. And I believe right now we have a lot of incompetent leaders up there. And we're going to get into that too tonight. Sure is. So, ladies and gentlemen, time to get ready to get the show up and prepared and get this show ready to go. And the show will be officially starting in 3 minutes. Let's give it 2 to 3 minutes and let the system warm up. And then it's gonna be all systems go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. All right. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to get off into it. Let's get ready to get off into it. The future of the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready to get into it. All right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. All right. Let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me make sure I get everything correct over here. Get everything set up. There you go. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I just want to let everybody know today. Also, too, again, I was uh had been putting out too many videos because I'm busy preparing for the long term. Uh, but my shows on Saturdays, I just know we don't miss those. These are too important to be walking out and missing. And like I say, I am out to bring the best content that ever came to YouTube. Only difference is I want to be able to tell the truth. I want to be able to uh, uh, express it out like it is. And one thing that is not going to happen on this show is that feel good BS. Just, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with feeling good. But throughout it all, I can't be deceitful. It's just not in my blood. Just coming up and just saying things and holding off just to save face. And like go YouTube, I can understand the guidelines. You have to regulate speech and guidelines, but something that I never understood is regulating speech and guideline and truth. You know, uh, I'm finding that That is what YouTubing is all to me, you know what I'm saying? And to a lot of people, YouTubing is all about that. You know, if you got to be afraid to speak the truth and speak it what it is, and I can understand some things got to be said in a specific way, but that should have some that should have guidelines as long as it's the truth and is not just overbearing. You know, I get that. Long as it's not overbearing. I mean, hey, I want somebody to come and be real with me. Don't sugarcoat. And that's one thing I don't want to do to my audience, or I don't want to do to anybody. I don't want to see. No, I don't want to deceive nobody. No. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into it tonight. The future of the United States of America. Let me tell you something, people. It's bleak. And like I said, I highly encourage people to go back and look at my video. America has moral problems. I highly urge people to go and type it in. America has moral problems. Go to YouTube, put in America has moral problems, put in the Stephen Cartwright show, stroll it until you find America has moral problems. It's a very good show, very informative, and you will learn more about what needs to be said and what has been talked about. You know, the future of the United States of America is bleak. Really is. It really is. Everything, ladies and gentlemen, everything in jeopardy. It is. Everything is in jeopardy. And we're going to point that out tonight. We're going to point it out. When you are in a country, or you have a population in a country, and you have weak leadership, and you have leadership that has been abused, you have people promoting immoral habits. Hear me out again. You have people, leaders, promoting immoral habits. You have communities at odds with each other. You have out of control justice system. You have, as what we call in the United States, witch hunts. I'm going to be honest with you. What is happening to our former president of the United States, Donald Trump, is beyond a witch hunt. This is not a witch hunt. This is something worse than a witch hunt. Much worse than a witch hunt, people. And I want to say this here to our former, to the people about our former president of the United States. Donald Trump was not a weak leader. Donald Trump was the best leadership that we have had in the United States in my lifetime. In the 4 years that he served office, I'm gonna tell you something. I disagreed with him over a couple of things that, you know, I think we both would have walked out shaking hands anyway. Now, I disagreed with him when he said something about kneeling to the national anthem in peaceful protest. I didn't agree with him. I think, you know, it's better than turning your back. You know what I'm saying? It's better than turning your back. I'd rather sit down and take a knee than turn my back. You know. And I think that he misspoke. I believe he did. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say one disagreement because I honestly believe that he misspoke. And I am going to sit here and I'm going to defend Donald Trump tonight. Donald Trump is not a racist. Donald Trump loved this nation more than any politician, and his people love this nation and his people more than any politician that I ever seen. Donald Trump did. And it wasn't that he loved white people more, that he loved black people more, that he loved Asian people more, that he loved Israelis more. No, Donald Trump loved this nation and its people. I have never seen a president that sit down with everybody. Everybody had a seat at the table. And he gave black people, a seat at the table. He sure did. You should have saw it here in Dallas. It was beautiful. Even at the White House. Freed more innocent people than anybody in history. And it wasn't never none of this stuff. And you never heard him say nothing crazy. You don't vote for me. You ain't black enough. It was never none of that out of him. Never was. And I still believe he got gypped out of his second term. But I'm going to tell y'all something. This is one thing I'm willing to do. I would do this. I would take that chance just that one time. That one special case. That one special case, ladies and gentlemen. I would do it. He win re-election in 2024. I would be willing to amend the Constitution one more time. And he win that next election, I would be willing to give him 8 more straight years. Just 8 years. If he won both terms, I would be willing to let them do that just as one special case. I sure would, because I believe he was gypped. It's just something that I wouldn't think that would be too far-fetched, but I'm only one person. I sure would. Now, because what they're doing to him, he won't fall in line with the no good thugs in Washington, D.C. Because they did try him, and he said basically he said screw them in their face. They don't want him revealing their corruption. They were getting very angry when Donald Trump was getting rid of these corrupt ambassadors. He was getting rid of corrupt ambassadors. He sure was. Donald John Trump was getting rid of corrupt ambassadors. He was cleaning house. Can y'all remember that? But one thing that the American people don't need to do, we don't need to lay down to them. That's crazy. What's going on in this country? The future of America. Everything is in jeopardy. They always talk about America standing in the world. Let me tell y'all something, people. Donald Trump was right. He's right again. Yes, the Washington, D.C., the White House, Congress, the House, and Senate, yes, it should be ran like a business. It should be kept in check. Yes, it should be run like a business. Because let's get into it some more, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we had the second in charge, Kamala Harris, to go to Ghana, Africa. See, we got some weak leadership in this nation. Very, very weak leadership in this nation. To go to Ghana, Africa. She going up there talking about America's interests. No, people. That's not how you approach these people. No. Remember how we used to talk about, remember how it used to be said, people, you going up there to strike the best deal that is best for, that's going to benefit the American people. Other words, bringing home the bacon. You know what I'm saying? What came out of that meeting that was good for America, that was good for Africa? Other than going up there, talking to those people about the laws that they got in place to govern their nation. Our vice president goes up there and starts lecturing these people about homosexuality. Come on, people. Really? Come on now. Come on now. Human rights. Let me tell you something. True enough, I believe in human rights too, but you ought to look at the human rights in your own country. What are they doing over here too? So they can't really go over there lecturing the people. Yeah. white person be around there or whatever the case may be. It's however you want to do it. That's fine. That's fine. I don't think that is like that. But let me get back to the situation at hand. How they separate people. How our people where they separate the households. You can't go over there and start outside. How you want people to word about some human rights and all that stuff. You done a bang up job over here. Look at the black community. Look at how men and women in the black community is at odds. And you got the nerve enough to go across the water and start trying to lecture these people. And then you didn't bring back no type of viable deal that's going to come out to be good. Not only for that nation, but for what's going to be good for America too. Come on now. Instead, you go over there and you start talking to these people about some homosexuality and what in the world came out of it that was decent. No, I'm listening at those people over there in Africa too, at the head of the states that's over there in that country. But listen at what those people got to say, what they came over there talking about. People, we have horrible leadership in the United States of America. And us as Americans, we have to. No, we got to make some changes. We sure do. No wonder they're dumping the dollar. I dump you too. Sure would. No wonder China seizing the moment. People got tired of being bullied. Those people got tired of being bullied. Oh, those people, they want to run their nation the way they want to run their nation. They won't do what you say, so hell, you want to go sanction them. See, but the Chinese got smart. This is why I'm telling y'all, America's future's at stake. And see, now that the Chinese has done found the way to come at you. See, and I see a lot of people that is just not intellectually paying attention. They're not paying attention to how the world works. Let's get off into that. America's future. The future of the United States, everything's in jeopardy. When you start trading in your own currency, country by country, that means you're going to buy, we're going to use oil. Okay. Because the United States don't own all oil. Sure don't. You got to buy that, or they're going to purchase that, or they're going to purchase that oil with their own currency. That nation is. With their own currency, not U.S. currency. There's no need for the dollar when you got your own currency that you can use to purchase whatever you want to purchase out of your nation. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. And if you got goods to sell, you sell, the other countries come buy from a different country. with their own currency from that country. That means whatever they go purchase with, they purchase it with their currency from the country that they're buying from, and vice versa. There's no need for the dollar. Understand this, ladies and gentlemen. But we got people over here in the United States always talking about America's interests. Those people got interests too. There's no need to do it with the American dollar. As a matter of fact, it's a farce what has been going on in our nation. You have to remember, people, it's one thing that American people should listen at, ladies and gentlemen. Hear me close when I say this. This is the first time in real live American history that we have got a report card on heads of state in our own nation. Let me explain that. When the president of Ghana and Uganda and other nations come out on nationwide television, YouTube, on these platforms, and they tell us how our leaders from the United States come up there and negotiate with them. I'm very dissatisfied. I give them an F in diplomacy. An F in diplomacy. I sure do. I give them an F in diplomacy. Don't y'all? You got nerve enough to go up there and start talking to these people about some human rights instead of going up there to broker the best deals that is going to be suitable for both sides for the American people. Instead, you're going up there trying to bully people and talking about some homosexuality, which we all know is one of the most dangerous and undesired lifestyles throughout the whole entire world. And you're trying to tell these people what their world should look like. And then you want to turn around, you want to get mad at China and Russia for seizing the moment of the voids you left wide open. And then a lot of the people that you were dealing with didn't like us anyway because of the dealings that the way you were dealing when you were going away. That's why I said the report card. People, we have to, in the American people, I tell you, we have to start listening at these people when they're giving out a report card. We have some bad leaders in the United States of America. We need people that's going to go up there and serve the American people. Not their own little one anecdotal experience. We need somebody that's going to go and represent our nation here in the United States of America and bring home the bacon, bring home viable results. Bring home some good results. I applaud the president of Ghana in Africa for snitching on them. For snitching on them. People, you can't knock Vladimir Putin for not wanting that mess on his borders. Just go there. Let me tell you something. Can anybody remember the Cuban Missile Crisis? I can. I was very young. Little kid. How would they like if the BRICS nations was trying to put military hardware down there in Cuba, this close to the United States, or Mexico, or Brazil? Oh, I don't think they'd like that very much. I don't think they'd like that very much at all. And I'm going to say this here. You really can't blame Vladimir Putin. I wouldn't want that mess on my borders either. Now, you get out of here with that dog. Now, you get up out of here with that fool. Now, you're not going to run over here and just do whatever you want. And then you hear a lot of people are just oblivious to what's going on. They really are. A lot of people are just oblivious. Thinking that these people don't have a right to protect their nations. Yes, they do. America's just getting outsmarted because their ego got in the way. And another thing about us, we got some bad leadership up there right now, people. And I don't know about anybody. I don't care what they say. We need Trump. We need Trump back. Put Trump back up there in office. We need people like Tim Scott. We need people that is going to hold the standard. We need people that is going to support families in our communities. We need people that is going to encourage men to be masculine. Fine. You want to be a homosexual? That's fine. You're just not going to project that on our children. And you're not going to be flashing it all out in public. Get out of here with that. I can understand if you're dealing with a nation that was just obliterating their people, destroying all kinds of human rights. I've seen some things that was going on over there in China that I necessarily didn't like. But I'm not going to say anything about that. That's them people's country. That's the way that they're living. They're not, you know, you know, I think it's just what they do over there. I just wouldn't. No, I couldn't be with that. No. I mean, you know, I know what good citizenship is. You know. Nah, I mean, you know, hey, look, you know, like I said, everything is not without its trials and tribulations. But overall, in all, China is an acceptable country. I mean, it is a highly acceptable country. So is Russia. They just have their ways by dealing. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, you know, we have some bad leaders in this country, and they want to rob us of some of our freedoms too. Here in the United States, we need better leaders. I cannot emphasize that enough. Here in this country, we need better leaders. We have to start electing better people, and we have to start, and we have to start, and we have to stop the mental abuse also too of our children. There are some things that I see that is highly unacceptable also too out of women with children. No, you're just not going to do anything. No, no, we need to keep fighting that in the courts as men. That is very, very disturbing when you turn on your YouTube or your TikTok and you see a little boy and his mother laughing, and his little boy ain't no more than 1, 2, 3 years old maybe, and he calling his mama the B word, and she's laughing like it's cute. And then we wonder why our youth is so out of control. Why isn't there father's rights bill hasn't been taken up in our courts to protect? You always talking about, human rights, people's rights. Come on with some rights. Why don't women have to give up their sons to their fathers? Why don't fathers in this nation have the right to have sole custody of their sons? Why you want to make everything right? Why isn't DNA testing mandatory? You care about so much the best for the child? No, you don't. That's why I say the future of the United States of America is at stake. Everything's in jeopardy. And then you got nerve enough to go over there and start lecturing these people over there across the waters about how they is. Yeah, right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a 3-minute recess, and we'll be right back. Yeah. You know, let's get back into it, ladies and gentlemen. Here, you know, with the future of this nation, I mean, anybody sit back and took a look at the standards of America, the fake mirage that we always putting up, our weak leaders, because they're damn sure weak. I mean, let's not kid ourselves about that. They're damn sure weak. We have some weak ass leaders. Don't get me wrong, not all of them. But a whole lot of them is. The strongest leader we had up there was Donald Trump, Tim Scott, hell, Jim Jordan's a good guy too, man. A couple of more others I can't think of right now. I'm gonna tell you, some of the stuff was going on up there in Washington. You know, they even doing a horrible job on their home fronts. They really are on their home fronts. You know, they like Kamala Harris gonna go up there, like I said, going and lecture these people about human rights. Yeah, you ain't doing too damn good with yourself over here neither. You know, and when you say something about this stuff, I say this to anybody. You ought to see the way they act when you disagree with them. If you disagree with them, they'll try to find a way to force you to go along with it instead of looking at how many people disagree with you. And then, don't you think you might need to change it? Because I tell you what, y'all sure got an ugly report card. Your report card stinks. Because a lot of the people over here that's up there, that's in power, they don't want to do right by people. They don't want to do right by do right by the masses. And I'm sorry, but this homosexual thing, not the matter of fact, people, you know, this is what's going on in our nation. And they love to walk around and they talk to people about human rights. You know, I just see it as, you know what I'm saying. You hypocrite, man. Just hypocrites. Let's see. Oh, no, 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 no. Here we go. I know where it is. Mm.
age for this. Is this right education?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, they talk about human rights here in the United States of America. And they're always talking about protecting children. Always talking about this stuff. But this is the stuff that fathers and men and stuff they do behind parents' backs in schools. Look at this. Tell me we don't have bad leaderships in this nation.
Are 3-year-old children right age for this? Is this right education? Do even children understand that?
What is it about a grown man costumed in a sparkly bra with augmented boots busting out, a leather miniskirt barely covering his twerking ass with tuck tape on his front while spreading his fishnetted legs as he rides on the ground? I just want to know what it is that makes a drag show family friendly. Because if you follow it to its logical conclusion, you can just have family friendly titles on anything. You can have family friendly children's clubs, family friendly strip shows, family friendly musicians, great, read loud. Will you approve my flyer if I want to list in all the sex secrets of the Thomas teacher for your family's kids?
What are your thoughts?
Great question.
Ladies and gentlemen, see what I'm talking about? This is the type of crap that is being displayed to our children in schools. Oh, I can go more. They displaying this stuff to our kids, just kids in the United States of America in schools. But yet and still we want to run, we want to hide that. We want to hide that.
Are 3-year-old children?
We want to hide that. We want to run, we want to jump, we want to hide that. And when you say something about that stuff, you know what? They'll want to crucify you.
I have a question for my African Americans. Do y'all think our ethnic group will soon die out or go extinct?
I'm telling you.
I have nothing against
In Texas. What are your views?
Okay.
What are you?
I'm telling you. Those are the type of things that are going on in our school. That's why I sit there and I will tell anybody. Doesn't make no difference who they are, what they say, whatever the case may be. You know, America's future is at stake. Sure is. Is this the type of crap that America is trying to go out there and display to it? That's why I say we got some weak ass leaders in this country. We really do. We really do. Oh, no. Here we go. I know where it is. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. The future of the United States of America is in trouble because you got to remember, those children are the future. Those kids are the future. And this is what we got to show them. This is what is on display. And then you want to go out to other nations? No wonder America standing has fallen like a boulder falling off a mountain in the world. And we need change in leadership, people. If not, we're going to be in poverty. There's so much more to be said, ladies and gentlemen. So much more. America's values. What is the values of our nation? I bet you most people can't even tell you what America's values is. They can't even tell you. We have such weak leadership. Everything's about make the politicians and the overly rich people, oh, don't say that. No, but they have to remember, your children are not being subjected to that kind of trash. And then they're going over across overseas trying to subject other people to that. No, you're not making good deals. You're going over there knowing people you have a filthy report card. And you're flunking the grade. Big time. You got F's across the board. Us as the American people, we have to do better than these people, and we need to fix our communities. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting ready to bring this live stream to a close. And I hope everybody that comes through and they see this, and they see that. I don't know about y'all, but what's going on in this nation weighs heavy on my heart. And we're not going to go in there, and we're going to call you out here on the Stephen Cartwright Show. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to let everybody know I am still busy working on my platform, getting ready and preparing for the long term. Ladies and gentlemen, we love y'all here at the Stephen Cartwright Show. And we love bringing you viable content, the strongest perspective that can be brought to America and its people. And look, we cannot fall in line with these people. And we need to start electing more viable leaders. If not, people, you think we done lost our standing in the world right now? Wait until a little later. We don't change. And we need more men's rights in this country. We need more masculine men. And the only way we get that, if the ladies, they don't, no, you can't be twerking in these boys' face. You know, drag queens and all that. No, you know, these schools, people, we need a change in leadership in this nation. Bad. And we need a change in leadership even in the black community. Sure do. Federal, state, and local. And no thing too, no, I do not agree with Ron DeSantis. And I do not agree with not being able to teach black history in this country. Because black history is American history. African American history is American history. y'all, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be back next Saturday. And I'm going to try to put out as many videos as I possibly can through the week because I'm busy trying to upgrade my show and upgrade the show and get it ready for the long term, and that takes a while. The Stephen Cartwright Show ain't going nowhere. We're going to be here. And we're going to continue to get better and better over time. Love y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for coming. And to my newest subscribers, like I say, welcome to the Stephen Cartwright Show. And welcome to the Stephen Cartwright Show family. And to all my viewers, and to all people that support my show, and to the former president, Donald Trump, Godspeed. We need you back. Hope everything's okay. And we want you to stay healthy, and may God be with you. And may God be with the United States of America and all people. We love y'all, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to sign off tonight, and of course, peace out. narrow-minded, anecdotal little experience, the things that what they want. They done turned into a bunch of little power-mad despots. Y'all have a blessed one, ladies and gentlemen, and we love y'all. Peace.